Hey guys, so this video is going to be one of these two 5 horsepowers I just picked up recently back in winter. This one here, if this is the right shroud, this is a 1968, which makes this the oldest 5 horsepower I got. So that's pretty interesting. It's actually got the linkage too, so I can hook all that up if I need to. New muffler came with it, and it's had a pull rope put on it, and it's not retracting right, so we'll probably have to tighten the spring up, or maybe use another cover for right now just to get it going. And this one is a what year is this? This is an 81 here, if it's the right cover. And I like it color blue on the tank, and I got stuff soaking in this. This tank's in pretty bad shape. So for right now, I'm going to use my other carburetor I've been using, that you've seen on the engine on the test stand video. So I know it's a good running carburetor. That way I can just save this for a rainy day, more or less, and let that tank soak some. This probably was a generator engine, I would say, going by this throttle here. That's the same type of it just came off. That's the same type of governor setup that's on that old Montgomery Ward generator I got. So this is probably I would say a generator. Could have been a tiller engine though, but makes me think it might have been off a wood chipper or something too. But anyway, we're going to check these out, and be another test for the test stand. If you haven't seen this video, look for it. I'll put that video in where you can check out building the test stand for testing these small engines, keep them from bouncing all over the place and shaking everything off the shelves. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to work on this one first. It's got compression, and I don't think it has sparks. It means it probably got the points need worked on. I might just throw a magnetron on it just for testing it to see if we can get it going or not. It's supposedly rebuilt, what the guy said. Well, it doesn't have spark, so it's probably the points. I was going to put a magnetron on it, but that ain't no fun just cheating doing that. So if it was on a generator or something I needed right now, that'd be the first thing I would do. But what's the fun in that if you got the parts to fix it with? So we're assuming the coil's good. It's probably just the points need cleaned, I would say, but I got points to put in it if we need to. So let me break this loose here. Well, it took a little bit of work to get that loose, but we got her though. Get the washer here. I just want to check the keyway first, but it looks good. It's usually mushroomed out. I'm kind of surprised the flywheel may have never been off. Look at that. That don't happen every day, though. The flywheel key is good, though. So we'll put it right back in there. Now we'll take the points cover off and see what's going on in there. Alright guys, so I saved you a little bit of aggravation of watching me put a new rope in it, which I wasn't planning on doing, but this looked like it wasn't going to last much longer, so I figured it'd be better to change it. Plus I didn't like that handle that was put on there either, so wound it up, put a new handle on it. Now we're ready to put it back together and see what's going to happen. Alright guys, so got this mounted on there, got 2 bolts in it, should be plenty to hold it. I'll go ahead and start it up. This motor, I had this carburetor and another motor on the test stand video a while ago, so it shouldn't be too hard to start. guys, I think my knot came loose. I thought the spring broke at first, but I was turning the crankshaft this way. I can see the spool spinning, but it ain't pulling the rope in. So my guess is it pulled out, the knot pulled out. I must not have got the knot tied good enough. But I just want to test this motor, and it acts like the valves might need work on a little bit the way it was running, because I know this carburetor runs pretty smooth on that other engine, and this one had to adjust it richer, so it's obviously an engine issue. So probably just the valves need reseated, but it didn't smoke too much, as you can see. So let's go ahead and pull the carburetor back off and work on that other motor, and we'll fix this another day. I just wanted to see if it would run or not. Alright, on to the second one. And this one ain't got no compression. And I got cranking it. Intake valve stuck, so like I said, I'm gonna pull the carburetor off anyway and use the other carburetor on it. We'll go ahead and pull the head off too. I guarantee that bolt's probably broke, but we'll find out. And we've got to put a coil on it. I don't think it has a coil on it. So let me get the shroud off and the carburetor off camera, then we'll get right back to it. It's gonna be a good carburetor though. Usually this is wore out on them. They always pull in when you crank them. Alright, so I got the carburetor off and took that bracket off, put it with the carburetor so I wouldn't lose it. And there's no coil on it, but luckily they left the bolts in it, so that'll make it easier to put a coil on so I don't have to locate bolts. I'll just put a magnetron on it because the wires are cut, and it'll speed things up considerably not having to pull the flywheel off. Alright, so I got the head off, and that's actually not a broken bolt. Everything's carboned up, and guess what? Both valves are stuck. And they're not moving at all, so it's kind of unusual to see both of them stuck. So let me work on this off camera. May have to take the valves actually out and ream the valve guides out. That's pretty nasty looking, isn't it? Everything's rusted up. So I'd say it's got water in it, but at some point, but the oil don't look like it's got water in it, unless it's all settled to the bottom. And it looks like it does have water in it. I say this one's been sitting outside or... Alright, so I actually had to take the valves out, ream the valve guides. I put another set of used valves in it. These are just pitted too bad and bad shape. Sorry I didn't show it on camera, it's just repetitive. I got other videos on the valves. I figured speed up the video, make it about 10 minutes shorter probably. And so I'm going to try to clean the cylinder a little bit so I'm getting some dirt off the rings and stuff. I'm probably not going to run this very long because I know there's probably water in it. I am going to drain the oil out before I run it just to get any potential water out of it. And see the valves are moving. I'm not going to clean up this. I'm just going to put the other head gasket back on it because I figure it's going to need rebuilt with that much carbon. The cylinder's in good shape though, so that's a plus. I'm going to put a little bit of oil down in the cylinder too. So I'll get right back to you after I get it back together. Alright, got the new coil on, got the head on, got spark, we got a little bit of compression, not that much. I still got to change the oil. I'm going to go ahead and put the side cover, I'm going to go ahead and put the flywheel shroud on and change the oil out, and then we're going to see what happens. Alright guys, we're ready to roll. Maybe. Well guys, it runs good, but it's an oil burner, so definitely have to be rebuilt. I just wanted to see what it would do. And I call this video a semi-success. Definitely a success with the engine stand. That's a major improvement right there. I'll have to fix the rope on this one, and this should be a pretty good engine. It just barely puffed a little smoke, and once I change the oil and stuff, that'll probably stop. But yeah, this definitely needs to be rebuilt, but it does have potential. It runs good, and the cylinder's not scored, so I think it'll make a good engine. But like I said, this video is just seeing what I need to do to them, you know. So got a pretty good idea on that. But yeah, I just want to put a little note on the video here. It's going to be a few videos from now before you see the, or you would have seen the generator video here from the one I talked about in the spring update video. But I got working on the carburetor and was cleaning the gasket here and noticed the bolt hole didn't look right on the carburetor, so I started working the bolt back and forth and the whole thing snapped off. So I'm going to have to change the whole block out. I'm going to try to weld it, but chances are I'll ruin it in the process, but I'll try, because I do have a DC stick welder I can weld aluminum with, but I'm just going to have to be really careful because I'm not that good with it, and you're very limited on space here. But I just want to put a note on one of these videos before, in case anybody's really looking forward to seeing this generator. It's just going to be put on hold. Well guys, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I apologize for not going into enough detail on certain things on this, but I do have other videos that cover most of the problems I ran into. So I'm just trying to shorten the video and make it less boring for you. But, well, I guess we'll catch you on the next video. So thanks for watching, guys.